So this is Aaron Wenzel. Aaron's a client of mine for many years. We started off doing his vet clinic in Fairfax. We're working on his home now. And so I was sitting down talking to Aaron about pets, because all of my clients have pets. All you guys, you love your pets, and we got talking about what is going on in the world of pets. And so I asked Aaron, what is the hot topic with animals nowadays? I thought your answer was very interesting, so I thought that my audience would like that. So Aaron, what is the hot topic now with animals? What's on people's minds?
Well, the thing that we were interested in, Mark, we were talking about infectious disease specifically, and it's kind of a big category, but living in Marin here, we love Marin, we love the outdoors that's around us, and nature, and being able to play out there. And so having a sense of what are the risks out there, and there's a couple of big ones, and one is called leptospirosis, and that's an infection. You may have heard about it because there's been an outbreak, second biggest outbreak on record in sea lions.
Is that the Lyme disease thing?
So this is leptospirosis, and it's different. It infects, it's endemic in Marin. It infects wild animals, especially rats and rodents and small mammals, but there's been this huge outbreak along sea lions along the coast. So, we go out to the beach with our dogs and we don't think about these things. We can vaccinate our dogs against leptospirosis, and if you're aware of where it is and where it comes from, you can be protected against it.
Wow. So people are going to the beach thinking like everything's hunky-dory, and yet the things that are in sea lions is affecting them.
That's right. So
wow.
Sea lions have this, and if you're not aware of that, and your pet's not vaccinated for it, and you're not aware to stay back from populations of sea lions, you can be at risk. And there's multiple cases every year in Marin of leptospirosis in dogs.
Wow. Okay, so what can clients do to be proactive and preventative on that? What can they do that to prevent any issues with that?
So for leptospirosis, the big one is vaccination. There's a vaccine that's very, very effective, and it's not a vaccine that we automatically give to all of our patients. We think that all of our patients, we need to have a conversation with them to understand what kinds of things do you do with your dog, and are they at risk? But if they are, then that vaccine is the answer. Interesting.
Okay, now how about Lyme disease? That's the first thing I think about. What's the latest happening with that issue?
So Lyme disease is another really big topic, and it also falls in that category of infectious disease. And the way that they get Lyme disease is very different. It's vector-borne, so that means it's spread by ticks. And so the way we think about it is different, but Lyme disease is also an infection that's endemic in Marin. We see patients with it on a regular basis. The thing that people don't realize, though, is that ticks carry multiple different kinds of infections. They carry Lyme disease. They also carry one called anaplasma and one called Ehrlichia. And all three of those are important around here. And so our strategy for dealing with that is a little bit different. And really, in a nutshell, it comes down to tick control and tick prevention. So again, we try to talk with our clients about our patients and what is their lifestyle, where do they go. If they're exposed to ticks, then there's different products that can help protect them against ticks.
So is this a product you put on your animal before you go on a walk, after you go on a walk? What's like the protocol that people do? What's the best practice? If you're out with your dog all the time, like I see people on Mount Tam, running around, and people are always out with their animals in environments that I know have got to be loaded with problems. So what's a good preventative thing that all pet owners should do when they're taking their dog for a walk?
So the number one thing when it comes to ticks is just physically looking at them, going over them when you get back in, because there's not a single product on the market that will prevent any tick from ever coming in contact with your dog. And so going over them, but beyond that, there's a few different products. And again, it depends on the dog, and it depends on their lifestyle and their level of exposure. But I would say the vast majority of our patients are taking an oral tick preventive medicine, and that's better because it can't wash off of the dog.
Right.
You give your dog a bath or they go swimming, it doesn't wash off. Also because we don't have to worry about environmental exposure. If you've got kids at home and they're snuggling up with the dog, you wonder, is this tick medicine getting on my family? And so the oral ones, they work way better. You don't have to worry about the environmental exposure. You don't have to worry about it washing off.
So a good protocol would be to do the oral medication for your animal, and then just good overall prevention. Check yourself after a walk. Make sure there's no ticks around. And keep them out of your house too, I would think.
Exactly. Keeping them out of the house is huge. But going over them, having them on an oral monthly preventive for those patients for whom it's appropriate. And there's some other topical ones that are better for some dogs. There's some medicated collars that are better for some dogs. So really, I think talking to your veterinarian about your dog, where you go with them, and the kinds of things you do, and then we can find the product that's the right fit for
Right. So on that note, the veterinarian I would suggest that you talk to is Aaron and Mary Beth. They've been clients of mine for years. They've been here at Fairfax. How long have you been in Fairfax for?
We've been in Fairfax since 2007.
So we did your first remodel in 2007,
Yeah.
and you've been here the whole time.
We've been here the whole time.
Growing practice, outstanding vet, so appreciate you giving a call. So if you have any questions, give Aaron a call about animals, and as always, we appreciate you spending the time to see what's going on in my world and something you might find interesting.
Perfect.
Great.